Losers? Get him out of here! Loser!
Let's go, Ace.
Loser.
No, he's going to let us down once again. Sorry about that. Let's jump into our first topic. What is going on?
Yeah, what is going on indeed?
I can't even fake the excitement.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
I'm not a co-host of this show, and you know why? You know why? You know how I know?
Why?
Because Cam doesn't say hello to me when he comes in here.
Oh.
Only says hello to you.
I mean, that is an oversight.
No, because he doesn't know if I'm going to be here or not, because I'm not actually a co-host. See, he said it now that he saw me here. Hello, Cam. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. But he doesn't recognize my status as a co-host. So I think that I should not be here every week.
False. You are a co-host. And actually, I was thinking beforehand about redoing the opening. And throwing you in there, having you speak some, letting the people know.
All right, just get to the topics. Let's get out of here. I'm already annoyed.
What is going on? Welcome back to the Road Pod. It's your man Hendo here, along with the co-host Brodny, B, my man, my mellow. Get on the mic because you know you eat Jello. It is not ridiculous, sir. Listen. We got a lot to talk about today, so we're going to try to get through this. But can you believe? And it hit me a little while ago. It has just been a week since the Ravens lost the AFC title game to the Kansas City Chiefs. It's only been a week, and so much has gone on this week. It just seems like that was forever ago.
Yeah, what up, Chen Wu?
I could be wrong.
Oh, I was shocked. I haven't seen Chen Wu in a minute.
Chen Wu comes through here. He comes through in there. All right, let's see who we got in the chat.
What's going on, Yolanda?
We got Big Reg in the house. What's going on? Chocolate Lady Cap, how you feeling? We got Killer Cam. What's good? Pay the bills. MDT Sports. We got Kenneth. Kenneth in the house. Chen Wu. We're up here chilling, trying to get through this. I was thinking, Brady, I know you don't really like streaming that much. I enjoy it. I rather enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's going on, Tanja? But I don't. For some reason, I hit a stride. Like the last few weeks, I hit a stride with the videos and the streaming and everything. And I thought I found my groove. I was like, okay, I found my niche. People finally starting to feel me a little bit. I'm good. But after this loss, I don't feel like making videos. I don't feel like doing streaming. And it has nothing to do with my lack of wanting to stream. It's just that I'm so dejected about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
What happened this last weekend that made me question some things. And it hit me hard. I really believe that the Baltimore Ravens were going to win the Super Bowl this season. I really thought that. Never before in their existence did I think we got maybe except for 2019. I was like, this is it. We're one game away, and it doesn't matter if it's Detroit, if it's Detroit or San Francisco. We're taking this, and all we have to do is get through the Patrick Mahomes 20-point or less Kansas City Chiefs, and we held them to 20 points or less, and we still did not win.
Nope, we sure didn't. But that is why you don't get emotionally invested in these billion-dollar corporations who don't care about you.
And okay, I understand.
The Baltimore Ravens could have done more to ensure that they got where we all thought they were going to go, right? They could have done more. They could have signed DeAndre Hopkins. They could have traded for Derrick Henry, traded for Josh Jacobs. They could have fixed the O-line. They could have hired a competent head coach who knows how to implement a game plan in the playoffs. They didn't do any of that.
Right.
So, they don't really care about winning. They're not. That's not what they're about. So you can't take it personally.
I mean, I don't take it personal, but and you know as well as anybody, B, of all the people closest to me, you're one of the people that should know. I talk a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can talk a lot. I know. I can talk a lot. I can talk a lot of smack. So just knowing we're gonna win the Super Bowl, I talked a lot of smack to these other fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I don't like, I'm like one of those defenses that likes to press. I don't like to be pressed. I like to talk smack, but I don't like people talking smack back to me because it hurts my feelings. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So having this loss and everybody coming at me now, I'm sitting here like, is this how I sound? Is this how I'm coming at these other fan bases and making them feel a certain kind of way? And it made me rethink and reevaluate my trash talking. And because I can get slick with the tongue. I can get slick with it. But I don't like this feeling. Like I don't like. I understand. I can understand. Listen, it's Patrick Mahomes. It was Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. If we'd have lost the game in Ravens fashion, just playing hard and just didn't get it done, I can take that. I can take.
You did lose in Ravens fashion. This is the exact same fashion you've lost in the playoffs every year. Always been in.
Touche.
You need to be more like my nephew. My nephew was going all in for the Ravens this year. He was talking a lot of trash. He was talking big trash to my older brother, the 49ers fan. And when they lost, my man, he's not moping. He's not rolling around like, oh, no, I'm upset, blah, blah, blah. He asked me to buy him a Kansas City Chiefs umbrella.
Did he really?
Because the Chiefs are happy.
I can't do that. I can't do that. And listen, MVT, what we're not going to do is we're not going to say the refs beat the Ravens, because no matter what you say throughout this game, they scored 17 points. Like, for me, I've never seen the refs help a team win a game and they only put up 17 points. They put up 0 points in the second half. 0 points. So how did the refs help them? The refs, to me, were there some egregious calls? Most definitely. But there are every game. And I think that the Ravens should have expected this going into the game. Like, listen, the ref of that game, for some reason with him, the away team wins more than the home team, just with that ref. So with these statistics, we should have known what was going to happen, and we just didn't get it done. Now, the biggest thing for me, even after this loss, and I took the loss pretty hard, but what made this loss to me even worse was the fact that John Harbaugh got up there during the presser on Friday and essentially said, yeah, we had a game plan to run the ball, but between Monken and Lamar, they just didn't run the ball. And to me, it's just like, I look at Dan Campbell, and he said, yo, maybe I go for fourth downs a little bit too much. Maybe I gamble, but that's me and my coaching. But I take accountability. It's my fault. I didn't put this team in position to win. With John Harbaugh, you hear 1,000 excuses about this person and that person. This man is a used car salesman. This man, to me, is a politician, because
he's a new car salesman. It's just,
he's a new.
I'm not going to disrespect him like that. He has won a Super Bowl. He's a new car salesman. He's not.
So let me ask you this question, B. If you're a new car salesman, why do you keep selling the same song that you've been selling for the last 11 years? Listen,
you. What you're gonna do if you're a salesman? You're gonna keep using that pitch that won you Salesman of the Year, no matter how many years it's been. Right?
Okay.
He won Salesman of the Year a decade ago, and he's like, it's gonna come back around.
No.
But Chen Wu, no, they do not need John Harbaugh.
Well, Chen Wu is a Jen Harbaugh fan. What's going on, Megan? Listen, there comes a time, and I understand. There comes a time, B, in 11 years. Like, you started off, you flaming hot in the playoffs, like 9-4, like your first 5 years. 9-4 in the playoffs, the most road wins of a head coach. I give you that. But in the last 11 years, you're 3-6. And not only are you 3-6, but you are 3-6 in the playoffs with two teams that were the best teams in the NFL. It wasn't just like you came in limping into the playoffs. You had two of the best teams in the NFL over a 2-year span, over those 2 years. And you laid eggs. And I understand, and I don't want to be a hypocrite for this, but we all did say before the season started, if the Ravens got to an AFC Championship game, that's considered a win. We did say that.
I don't remember saying that.
Not you personally, but I just mean as the flock, as the Ravens community, they said if the Ravens make it to an AFC Championship, it's a win, it's progression, it's something moving forward. But what they did not know was this team was going to be as dominant as it was defensively. They didn't understand that offensively, we had one of the top 10 offenses in the NFL going into the first year. So to me, by all intents and purposes, the way that we smashed division leaders, the way that we won a record 11 games over teams with a winning record. Lamar Jackson won his previous 4 games by 26.2 points per game. To go into that game and put up 10 points. As a head coach, you need to say, listen, I understand we didn't play our best ball today, and it just seems like a repetitive pattern that every year in the playoffs, no matter what we've done throughout the season, we get to the playoffs and do the exact opposite. Like, we're trying to outsmart people. And that falls on me as the head man, because like you said this before yourself, the coordinators have changed, the personnel has changed. The only constant is you.
Yeah, no, John's a terrible coach. He's not a good coach. He was a good coach at one point. He's not a good coach anymore.
When was that?
I mean, listen, I'm no, you're right, because the players in the Super Bowl run didn't like John Harbaugh.
We had to have a mute. We had to have a mutiny. They had to be. They had to sit down with the coach and like, yo, we're not gonna play for you until you change. And that's the only way we got to a Super Bowl. When your players have to stand, even last week, Lamar had to stand up. It is not his job to come up and say, we need to change the play calling. It's not his job. So what do you, and I think in a previous video, I played the clip of Nick Sirianni when the guys was like, yeah, the offensive coordinators, they coach the offense, the defensive coordinators coach the defense. What do you do? And he was like, I'm the head coach. And that's pretty much John Harbaugh's answer. I'm the head coach. But what else can you say that you do? You don't manage time. You don't manage challenges well. You don't have this team disciplined enough to not do the stupid things that get you 4 penalties for 60 yards. 4 personal foul penalties for 60 yards. Like, you don't have it in you. And my thing is, after a certain point in time, and this is to you, Steve Bisciotti, after a certain point in time, when you say, you know what, he's not adapting to the modern NFL. Now, they tried to make videos, and they tried to say he's adapted because they let Lamar do his thing. They have not let Lamar do his thing because, as you stated earlier, if the Ravens were truly serious about winning in the NFL today, they would have put the necessary pieces around him. I mean, when I look at Kirk Cousins throwing to Justin Jefferson, my God, like, I think that's malpractice.
Right.
That he, and it's not. He
don't deserve it.
He don't deserve it. He does not deserve it, but Lamar deserves it.
That makes me sick. That man, we're from Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
Facts.
Well, saying that's because John Harbaugh's a liar.
He always has been. He always has been a liar. And yet and still, we as a fan base, we let him get away with it. And even to the Harbaugh apologists, I understand you like him as a coach, you like him as a person. Jasmine loves him. Like, Jasmine just thinks that is a beautiful man. My own child, my flesh and blood. I don't know how that happened, but she thinks he's a beautiful man. And that may be so. But to me, when does there come a time when you say this man is above his head? Like, you ask him questions like, Coach, why didn't this happen? He's like, it's above me.
Well, let me ask you this. Has John Harbaugh won a Super Bowl as a head coach in the NFL?
He participated with a team in one.
But he was the head coach of a Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, yes, he was. Okay,
so then he's not wrong. And that's just the way a lot of fans kind of see things. It's just, hey, he won without any of y'all. Maybe y'all are the problem, right? Because it's a whole new roster now, right? When he had the old guys, they won. And now you bring in a bunch of new people, Eric DaCosta, and you can't win no more. Maybe it's not John's fault because John's a great coach. I know that as fact because he won the Super Bowl 10 years ago.
Okay, and even to Megan's point, like Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's been to 2 Super Bowls. 2. Yeah. And I mean, they lost the last one because of him.
No,
granted, they having Russell Wilson throw it instead of letting
that was the right call. Marshawn Lynch is not a high success back in those situations. And listen, even beyond that, right? It was the right call, and it was that receiver's fault because that receiver got blown up on that route.
I get it, but it was only second down. You could have tried that play on third down. At least give Marshawn one more crack at it.
You could have ran Marshawn on third down, right? But tell that receiver maybe get in there and fight for the ball, and you can do whatever you want on third down.
How about the defensive back just made a great
play?
The
possibilities are endless. Yeah, he did make a great play.
He made a great play.
But you can't make a great play without somebody else making a bad play sometimes. So, you know.
And I think after that, we saw who Russell Wilson really was. So,
oh, wow. Like that.
Yeah, All right. So once again, like I said, it's been a very long week, and with the, I guess you want to call it success. You want to call it success? I guess the success of this team, and before the season started, and this is why I love hate this time of year. I love it and I hate it to an extent because I love my haters. My haters are my motivators. I love them to death because they always coming at me and telling me what I do and what I don't know. You know, like I'm not an intelligent individual. So, okay, I said before the season started, I said, listen, the moves that we're making, everything that we're doing, I don't care about what happens during the regular season because all that is just glitz and glam. It's just paint. It's just putting lipstick on a pig just to make it pretty, but it's still a pig. What matters to me is what happens come postseason, because we suffer from the same ailments that we suffer from year in and year out, and that is John Harbaugh-nitis. We get John Harbaugh-nitis each and every offseason, but with this success, lack of success, defensively, we had so much success. So with that success, there has been a coaching exodus. Teams have poached.
Got what? The typo all up in there.
Oh, do I really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, I do. I see it. I see it now. Too late.
Too fast.
Too fast. But we get the point. It happens. So with the Ravens and their success defensively, your man Mike Macdonald has become the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. You have assistant head coach, defensive line coach Anthony Weaver. He's now the defensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. And who's the other one? Denard Wilson is now the defensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. So to you, Brodny, do you think that these coaches deserved these opportunities? Because I'm glad that they got them, regardless if they left this team, and it may put this team in a spot to be a little bit vulnerable. Do you think that these coaches deserve to get what they, well, I know Mike McDonald did, but do you think the other coaches deserve to get what they got?
Yeah. Look, you don't know. It's just like head coaching, right? You don't know that somebody is ready for that promotion. It's a job they've never done, but you just have to go off of their performance in their current role. And they all did great in their current roles. So, and they were part of, it wasn't just Mike Macdonald. They were a part of that fantastic defense that the Ravens had. So, yeah, you go to them and you say, hey, time to take the step up and see if you can do it at the coordinator level.
All right. Listen, and it's crazy for me because I know most Ravens fans are really delusional, like insane in the membrane. But I've heard a lot of them say, hey, Mike Macdonald should turn down the coaching opportunity and coach the Ravens defense and wait for openings next season. And my thing is, you don't know if there's going to be an opportunity next season. Look what happened to Byron Leftwich.
Yeah,
he doesn't
even have a job in the NFL, period.
I think he should have went back to the Steelers, and he should have been their offensive coordinator. But
well, they got Arthur Smith, so joke's on them, I guess.
I mean, I'm loving it. I'm glad that they got Arthur Smith. He does not recognize talent when he sees it. So
that hire didn't really strike fear in you as a division rival.
It did. And I was happy when I thought I read it wrong. It was like Arthur Smith gets the job at Steelers, and I'm like, it can't be. They can't go from Matt Canada to Arthur Smith. Like this didn't happen.
Hey, look, at least he was a successful offensive coordinator at one point. It's just wow, Danity. That's harsh.
So speaking of Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, I think something's wrong with him. I'm not going to say the man's dumb, but I do think that something's wrong with him because I don't believe everything that they say. They say teams are saying that he doesn't interview well, but it's something that you're turning down jobs though.
I think he likes to be courted, and at the end of the day, you go back and he's getting tons of praise, for what he's doing right now. He's comfortable where he's at right now, and he's probably, I want to say scared, but he's probably a little nervous about taking that jump and being the head coach and not having all that talent around him, not being able to kind of lean on, oh, well, Dan Campbell's going to take responsibility if this doesn't go right or anything. I think, he's probably just comfortable where he's at. And sure, okay, I mean, I guess maybe 3-4% of it is I want to win a Super Bowl in Detroit. You're not going to win a Super Bowl in Detroit, but sure, you feel that way. But yeah, I mean, he feels like he's the hot candidate. I'm sure he loves everybody praising him, everybody trying to interview him and everything. He's just enjoying the ride, but eventually you got to say yes.
Eventually. And then he said something about these basketball guys. And just that to me, that kind of changed my outlook on Ben Johnson. When you say these basketball guys are trying to bring a basketball perspective to football, that means to me you didn't do your research on who the ownership was. Because personally, I don't give a damn what sport you're in. When you have a talent like Magic Johnson that's won 5 titles, resurrected the NBA, not by himself, but resurrected the NBA. And he also has titles in baseball, hockey, and maybe horse racing. Like, he's built winners, maybe not by himself, but he's been a part of winning organizations. So you don't know what's going on, and you're speculating. Now, my thing is, and I come from the hood, so if you're scared, just say you're scared. Just like I just say, just come out and be like, listen, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be a head coach. You know what I'm saying? It's, I want to sit back and learn from Dan Campbell a little bit more. Just don't keep going into these interviews saying no, because eventually the phone is going to stop ringing.
Yeah. And don't tell people you want $15 million a year.
Yeah, you don't know him pretty much.
And also screw Magic Johnson. I'm not trying to hear anything about Magic Johnson. The last time I saw Magic Johnson, he was in LA shaking his head and laughing and joking it up with the journalists about how he wasn't doing his job.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Screw that guy.
Did they really hire Greg Roman?
Yeah, Harbaugh hired him in LA, not as the offensive coordinator.
Oh,
but he's on staff.
I thought he wanted to lose. What's going on?
The good Harbaugh takes care of his people, man.
He really does. Listen, I didn't appreciate Jim when he was the quarterback of the Ravens. I didn't appreciate him, and I really don't care too much. The only Harbaugh I really like is Jack. But you're absolutely right. He does take care of his people. What's going on? Chiefs. You can't bet against Mahomes.
Chiefs all day.
And
I'm not picking young Harbaugh. Brock Purdy.
John
Harbaugh
Jr.
He looks exactly like another Harbaugh. That could be Harbaugh's kid. You could have told me that's Harbaugh's kid, and I'd been like, yeah,
I believe you. But listen, just even they're getting Jerick McKinnon back, and I think that's going to be big for them offensively because he's been off like the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And if he can actually come back and play in the Super Bowl, I think that Jerick McKinnon makes a heck of a difference, especially with the play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Your 49ers as a Seahawk fan, Megan, you're not really a Seahawk fan. If you're rooting for the 49ers, you're not really a Seahawk fan.
You ain't really real.
You ain't really real. But
I'm not look at you.
You're an idiot. But along with this coaching exodus, we've had a coaching hire. So the Ravens brought in Zach Orr, and not brought in. The Ravens promoted Zach Orr to be the defensive coordinator. So my question to you is, do you think that this defense will remain as dominant? Now, I understand they probably won't be first in scoring defense.
Just no. I mean, look, we can't simultaneously call Mike McDonald the savant, the Sean McVay of defense. Oh, and he did such an amazing job, but the defense is going to be just as good without him. No,
and without certain pieces.
Yeah. Patrick Queen going to be gone. Geno Stone going to be gone. God willing, Justin Matabike will be gone.
Okay, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into slow down, son. We're going to get to that. That's why I built up this offense. We're going to get into that. But, shout out to Zach Orr. He came to the Ravens as an undrafted free agent out of North Texas. Played very well for us. Then he had that
tragic injury.
Yeah, and the diagnosis that he had a back spinal injury that could kind of cripple him for the rest of his life, and he had to retire, and he immediately went into coaching. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this man takes his defense and kind of keeps them on a level field. I'm not saying he has to be Mike McDonald because there's only one Mike McDonald, but hopefully he can keep this defense up to par and holding these teams to at least 20 points. 20 points under. I'm not expecting them to shut people out, just like we said all season long. You can't expect defenses to hold great offenses every game and even every half. What are we looking at?
No, I was reading some of the comments. Killer Cam talking about the defense doesn't matter if you can't score points. Look at the 06 team. Look at the 2023 team. Yeah. But yes, absolutely. It just doesn't matter. You have to be able to put up points. For draft compensation, know that 3 coaches now have DC roles around the league. Do you know how soon this comp picks are administered? I don't think that you get comp picks for them getting coordinator roles. I don't believe it's head coaches and in front office positions. I don't think you get them for coordinator spots.
Now, if they do hire minorities, the other team gets the 3rd round pick. If they become head coach, if they become head coach, if they become
if they become head coaches, it would be Miami, Tennessee,
or front office.
Right,
we don't. And appreciate you for driving that Hawk TV, but who gives a damn about comp picks? Like that's part of our problem now. We rely too much on comp picks. Instead of going out and signing players that can actually play and help this team, we worry too much on, oh man, can we get that 4th or 5th, 6th round comp pick so we can pick the 12th best special teamer? Like it makes no sense to me. So yeah, we're not getting any compensation. The only compensation we are getting is that 4th rounder for somebody that left. What's going on be the change? I've been saying this all along. Go get Hollywood. For some reason, him and Lamar, they got that deep ball connection that he just can't get with everybody else. And I know we got a list coming up, and one of Brodny's favorite players is on there. And for some reason, he and Lamar
just. I told you why that is.
I mean, you can talk. You can talk about it in a minute. We can jump on it in a minute. Gosh,
I'm just saying. I told you why that is. It's not a mystery.
Okay. So speaking of, we're going to get into 5 that do not live up to expectations. These are 5 people that we've listed that we think did not live up to the expectations that this team needed when they signed them or what was expected of them going into the season. And we're going to start off this list with you, Brodny. Start with number 5, going back. Who are your 5 that did not live up to expectations during the 2023 season?
I thought you made a graphic. That's why I gave it to you in order. Let me pull up my list. Okay, there we go. Broderick Washington, who got the extension last year. It kind of felt like over Justin Madubuike, right? Mm-hmm. Like Madubuike hadn't really lived up to his potential or what they thought he was going to be, and they were making a choice between the two of them. They gave it to Broderick Washington. Broderick said, "Cool, thanks, I'm out."
Okay.
So that wasn't great.
Oh, okay, got you.
Next up, we got Owe and Ajabo, the edges. I'm not sure that I need to do a whole lot of explaining here, but awful all around. Facts. Zeros for both of you gentlemen.
Damn, even for Owe, you giving Owe. Listen, I'm not saying Owe.
Owe got his job took by a dude who's in his 30s who had never had 10 sacks in a season. Screw Owe. Number 3, Rashad Bateman. and I put Rashad Bateman on here on my list because I was hoping to see him really kind of step up and blossom into potentially like the number 2 receiver. Just didn't really happen. I still think he's a skilled player. But you have to produce at some point. I know he's had injuries. So hopefully he's got one more year. He's got one more year in Baltimore to show what kind of player he really is.
Okay.
If it's different than what we've seen already. Odell, screw this guy. Nothing. Absolutely nothing from this guy.
Wow.
Robbed the hell out of EDC. I give him credit for that because it's all about EDC did it again and EDC all cheap. He got EDC to open up that checkbook, boy, and he robbed the hell out of him. So I mean, props to Odell for that, but no props for the way that you played. And number 1, Todd Monken. I think he did a decent job during the regular season, but when it comes playoff time and you got to be calling the plays and John says, "Hey man, why don't you put that run call sheet away? We don't need it. This is how we go out." You got to stand up to him. Okay, you got to push back and say, "No, John, I want to win this game. I'm going to run the ball." He's like, John ain't going to do nothing to you. Don't be scared. But he was scared, and they lost. Teflon John's not number 1 because I didn't expect anything out of Teflon John.
Damn. Okay, well, my list. Number 5, I'm going Rocky Sin. I was told Rocky Sin was going to come in and solidify the number 2 cornerback spot.
He did solidify it with someone else. He showed them the way.
Listen, talk about stealing money. He got $3 million. I ain't mad. But he came in and played on special teams, and he gave us absolutely nothing. Rocky Sin, I mean, I'm all for players getting their money, but you need to go to jail, at least on the weekends. You need to do at least weekend jail for robbery, the theft that he gave to the Baltimore Ravens. My number 4. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, no, you can't put him at number 4." But to me, this guy is so unserious. Like this guy is so unserious about football, and this has nothing to do with.
I feel like I know where you're going with this.
I'm going with this one. It has nothing to do with his takes or his outlook on life. This is just because for $100 million cornerback, I think you need to come up big in the playoffs, and he just has not done that for us. Year in and year out, even in that picture.
Why?
year in, year out. When it becomes playoff time, Marlo lets us down. And then not to mention the injuries. What's going on, Coach? Not to mention the injuries that he sustained, and he just hasn't been healthy. He hasn't been there. But I just think this guy just doesn't really get damn about football. And he wants to be a YouTuber. Oh man.
He looked like he had several follow-up questions to what you were saying.
He's like, me? No. All right, coming in at number 3.
How you really feel, Hendo?
That's how I really feel. Coming in at number 3 is Jonathan Harbaugh. Now listen, throughout his tenure as coach of the Baltimore Ravens, we've done pretty well during the regular season, but come playoff time, we keep losing the same exact way. Now, I can't remember the publication, but they went out and did a sheet on every playoff game that we've lost and the pass run ratio. And every time we've lost, there's been at least a 60-38 run pass ratio in each of those games. Now, you'd think, being a coach of analytics, he would see these things and analyze, I'm not doing a well enough job. Also, the reason that he's number 3, and the reason I said that earlier was because, Brodny, you took my answer. He's only number 3 because I didn't expect anything of him. I expected him to do exactly what he did this year, win in the regular season, take most of the credit, then lose in the postseason, and blame everybody else. So for me, John Harbaugh is number 3. Number 2, of course, is Odell Beckham Jr., the $15 million man. For someone that fleeced us out of this money, this man got $15 million. He barely played 30% of the snaps during the season. Come playoff time, he barely played 20% of the snaps. Now, I know that this man was brought in to be that ipso facto, the guy to bolster Lamar, the one that Lamar could go to in times of need when things got rough. He was not. He just wasn't even on the field. And if I'm not mistaken, I didn't see him in the first half of the Kansas City game. Like, I didn't see him on the field at all.
Do you see that pose that he's in that picture? I'm pretty sure that's right after the AFC Championship game.
You probably was.
He was not upset at all. He was like, cool. This was fun. See you next year. Maybe with you, Pat. Y'all got some money?
What was that Jay-Z song? I think it was Money Cash Hoes. At the end when the dude was talking, and I think Odell came on and was like, ain't throwing any passes. F you, pay me. Your team ain't running the ball. F you, pay me. Nobody's coming to your shows. That's just what I think when I see that picture. Like, I think that man stole so much money from us. And to all you people that said, oh, we need Odell. Oh, he's gonna be fine after the 2 surgeries. He's gonna come in and dominate and do everything he needs to do. I told y'all it wasn't gonna happen. I said even if he was somewhat Odell Beckham of years past, he wasn't going to be $15 million worth. This is why teams offered him $4 million. This is why teams came at him and said, yo, I give you 2.5, I give you 5 with guarantees in stipulations. And we came in and said, bump that. Don't even get on that plane. We give you $15 million right now. We don't care what you can do. And yes, Jose, I thought about Jordan Stout. I was actually going to put Jordan Stout number 5 because in some crucial moments, he shanked a lot of punts. EDC, I didn't put EDC on this list because I felt like he didn't let us down for 2023. I felt like he just let us down in general. Like, it just wasn't a 1-year thing. So if we did the all-time thing, yeah, EDC, your draft picks really don't hit until years when they're about to get paid. But outside of that, now my number 1, Brodny, we got the same number 1, Todd Monken. For me, Todd Monken is the number 1 person I think who did not live up to expectations because the last game was not the first game that he let us down. He showed us a pattern all season long that, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to coach this team. I don't know how to coach a quarterback like this because there were many times where we got into lulls offensively and Lamar just said, I'm going to do Lamar type things. So with that, I just don't think he took command of this team the way he should have. And if things panned out the way that John Harbaugh said it, you as the offensive coordinator need to say, hey, Lamar, because he can hear you. Lamar, we need to change this. Lamar, we need to do that. And I just think that he was in over his head and he didn't know what he was doing. And he let the moment get a little too big for him. So for him not being the man that everybody said he was or he was supposed to be, I put Todd Monken number 1 on my list.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We're going to have a good combo tomorrow. Okay.
About what, Coach?
Yeah, what are we going to talk about? I didn't even know it was a show tomorrow.
What you disagree with who? With Todd Monken being number 1?
And this is not just a 1-game thing. I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought we was off tomorrow, Coach.
That's what I thought too. I said,
this is what we gonna talk about the Pro Bowl? No, man. What?
I thought it was all about it. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I mean, I know Hendo wants to hop on there and talk about Geno Smith throwing a pick six in the flag football game, but I thought we was off.
How you throw a pick six in a flag football game?
How you do that though? It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
It wasn't close. But that's your guy. It's your guy who keep writing back. He got paid. He got paid to start writing people back. Dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. All right. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens have 29. Count them, 29 free agents this upcoming offseason. So, Brodny,
yes,
we're gonna play a little game, okay? We're gonna play a little game of should they stay or should they go? Now, we're not gonna do all 29 of the free agents. We're just gonna do 10 of them, and maybe not always the most popular. I know how some people are gonna feel on some of these, but let me know how you feel and if we should keep them or if we should let these players go. First up, J.K. Dobbins. How you feel about him? Should he stay or should he go?
Bye.
All right. Devin Duvernay. Should he stay?
Bye.
Two. Gus Edwards. Should he stay or should he go?
Bye.
Wrong. Depending upon the price tag, I think that we should keep.
I don't give a damn what the price tag is. Get the hell out, man.
Damn, son. All right, Tyler Huntley, should he stay? Terrible. Justin Matabike, should he stay or should he go?
He should go, but don't give him the red. I'll say it. Don't give him the red X because it's not like get out. He played very well, but go get paid somewhere else.
Go get paid somewhere else. Now, for me personally, with Matabike, he's going to command anywhere between 20 and 23 million a year. I need a little bit more than 1 year of production for me to shell out that type of money. Now, I'm not saying that he's not worth it and he's not going to get it, but just for me, especially being a team that has about 13 mil right now under the salary cap, I can't afford to give you 23 mil. And even if I franchise tag you for the 1 year, that's 20 million. We don't have 20 million to dole out. And I'm not saying he's not worth the money, but just for this situation and just for this team right now, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it, bro. Yeah. But he deserves all of his money. This next one, I think I already know the answer to this next one.
Yeah, listen, Odell's a better man than me. Okay, right? Because I would have never I wouldn't have lifted a finger to help you out contract wise. Like, but get the hell out, Odell. I was like, yo, if you're gonna kick me out, you're gonna take all 19 mil today.
I mean, it's not even kicking him out. It's not re-signing him because he just didn't do everything that he needed to do or be as nearly productive as people thought. And I kept saying he's a number one. I'm like, no, he's a 3. But it is what it is. All right, Patrick Queen. I know Coach is going to have something to say about this one. Should Patrick Queen... Well, damn. This next one, I think we already all know the answer to this next one. I think this is going to be unanimous throughout the Ravens flock, the Ravens community. This next is going to be unanimous. I can almost guarantee this one. Mm-hmm. I can almost guarantee it. John Simpson.
You say you don't want to make back?
He gets 3 X's. Like, don't bring this man nowhere near my facility ever again. And Chenwu said stay?
Chenwu said stay.
Listen, Chenwu, are you saying stay for John Simpson? Is that what we're saying? We saying stay for John Simpson? Because here's my thing. I don't blame John Simpson for anything. Once again, as a player, go get your money. Yeah. Go get your money. It's not his fault that he's not the backup guard.
He performed admirably.
For where he came from, I believe so.
He wasn't a complete disaster, but he's not that guy. You know he's not a good starting guard. He went out there and he played as hard as he could. He did well some weeks he was bad, but you can't expect more of him than he's capable of doing.
Right.
That's not on him.
I mean, he did get handed.
I heard it. I heard he deserved it.
I mean, depending upon.
I heard he deserved it. I heard he earned it
with the competition that he had. Because I heard that Ben Cleveland was getting traded, so he was pretty much the only.
They was getting him up out of there.
They was getting him gone. All right, 2 more. We got 2 more. What do we do with Geno Stone?
So Geno Stone is the one defensive player that I would be open to bringing back, but he's still got to go. For the purposes of what we're doing right now, the answer is he's got to go.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%. It's just, to me, is he worth the money? I don't know. He did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do in a contract year. I give him all that. But when Marcus Williams came back and they played him a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, he struggled. He struggled with his tackling. He struggled with his coverage. If he's not playing deep and just watching the ball float up in the air and come to him, he loses his value. So I can't give substantial money to a player that is very limited. And also being that I already have a $70 million man and I have a young up-and-comer that I'm going to have to pay eventually, probably in the next year or two. Anyway, so to me, Geno Stone, bye.
But that's the thing. Like nobody but Baltimore pays substantial money to safety. So he may not cost that much. You're not paying 3 safeties top dollar whether you sign him or not, because I'll have him on his rookie deal. So
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, I get
all
that.
the other players you've drafted, Tanja.
Huh?
You have a ton of players left on defense.
I mean, listen, your general manager drafts on average 8.5 people a year. And I got into an argument with somebody on Twitter, and he told me the Ravens just need to play like, what did he say? 18 rookies next season? It was like, where the hell are they going to get 18 rookies from? It makes no sense to me. Where are they going to get 18 rookies from? But
they love them undrafted free agents.
And I thought about that and was like, ugh. But once again, if your general manager is performing the way he's supposed to perform and he's getting the picks he's supposed to get, when you lose these key free agents, those are the ones that are supposed to step up. Now, if we lose Patrick Queen, Trenton Simpson is supposed to be the guy. Now, I understand he had a decent week 18 game versus Mason Rudolph.
I thought it was that was Cleveland. Well, no, I guess it wasn't. Hey, but Mason Rudolph's a playoff quarterback.
I understand it, but I'm saying is next season you're going to get the Dak Prescotts. You're going to get the Jalen Hurts.
Oh no, not Dak and Jalen. Whatever will we do?
All right, last one. Does Kevin Zeitler stay or does he go? Now he struggled early on, but he turned things around. He made his first Pro Bowl this season, and I will say that he did finish the season strong, but he has been injury prone as of recently, and we just can't count on him week in and week out. So do we keep him? Does he stay?
He stays on a 1-year deal.
Okay, great.
Just awful.
Great. Kevin Zeitler stays.
Stays on a 1-year deal.
1 year? What if he wants a multi-year deal?
Then you give him 1 year. And if you won't take it, then you find someone else.
Isn't that what Ben Cleveland's for?
I mean, that's what Ben Bredesen was for. That's what Tyree Phillips was for. But ADC, he did it again.
Oops, I did it again. I mean, you're factually correct. All right. The last topic is a little sensitive topic.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into it right just now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of sensitive. Like some people are going to feel some kind of way about it, I think. Because I felt some kind of way about it. But I thought about it, and then I calmed down. Cooler heads prevail. And I thought about it for a bit, and I had a different topic. But before we move on, I want to give a shout out to last month's loyalty winner. The one who got
the Kevin Zeitler picture?
I'm about to. Jesus.
God. Damn, my bad.
Joseph and
I'm sorry.
Mary.
I'm sorry.
Last month's loyalty winner. Yolanda B.
That is straight up.
She is the loyalty points winner. That is not a straight up lie. She's the loyalty points winner for last month. So Yolanda, hit me up and let me know what you want. You have several prizes coming your way.
Yolanda.
I mean, listen, Rodney. I got you right here.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. You got it right there. Okay, that's the problem.
That's what I say. All right. Also, shout out to Denise for becoming a patron. She just signed up to become a new patron. And also, shout out to Osmond. If you want to be awesome like these people right here, there's a pin link in the comment section. Also, should be coming up in the chat. Patreon.com/ROUG. Come hang out, get special perks. Also, you'll be able to attend Ravens Stadium with us. Now, it's not as exciting as the proposition once was when we thought we were going to win a Super Bowl and go see certain things and just be a happy-go-lucky bunch, but you still get to tour the stadium, get to see the locker room, get to see certain things that you don't get to see on TV, walk on the field, and afterwards you get to hang out with Brodny smiling face and have lunch.
What kind of a bunch are you going to be now?
Huh?
You're just going to be melancholy and morose.
A little bit.
Y'all got to be over it by April.
Signed up for me to be like, yes, and he signed up for LBHT as well. Like he signed up for all of us. Osmond is truly, truly amazing. And also to Denise and Osmond, I sent out a link for the Discord. You haven't responded yet. So just to let you know, just in case you have not seen it just yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Also, before we move on, like I said, make sure if you are new here, like, subscribe to all of us. Like we all have dope content, but here's a little something from our sponsors. Man, we've done a lot in 47 minutes. I'm so proud of us.
I am too. You know what? I'm so proud that I'm giving us the rest of the day off.
After we hit this last topic, and it's gonna be a doozy. Some people gonna feel some kind of way about this. I guarantee it. Now, with the loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, and us not being the team that we're destined to be, the team that we've been all regular season long, I have a question for you, Brodny. I have a question for you in the chat. With everything that went on, and we cannot blame one component when we speak about this game. But my question to everyone is, even just the slightest, have you lost any faith in Lamar Jackson as the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens? Because, okay.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were done. I apologize. I'll take that back. And so,
you answered the question.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say because when I first heard discussions about this, I was a little upset. Like, man, Lamar's giving his all. He's playing his heart out. Like he's doing everything that he can to win. But then I heard some of the arguments being said that maybe he's trying to prove he's not just a runner. And I know, Brodny, I'm playing devil's advocate. But for me personally, I don't. Lamar's not the reason we lost. To me, he's not the reason that we lost. But for some reason, when the playoffs come around, Lamar tends not to play his game. He's just played poorly in almost every playoff game he's played. And I see you shaking your head.
Look, and what I was shaking my head at was Coach in the chat saying, yes, he's lost some. And my thing is, I'm not going to say that he's a big part of it. Cool, he's a big part of it. I look at every other quarterback who is a playoff quarterback, who is a top quarterback in the league, who is on a team that's playing for a championship, right? Their rosters do not look like the Baltimore Ravens rosters.
Right.
They, still to this day, Lamar has not had a real, like a number one receiver that you see with, even Tua having. Kirk Cousins has. Joe Burrow has. Josh Allen has. Pat Mahomes doesn't have it now, but he did, for the majority of his career. They haven't protected Lamar. They don't have the coaching that those other guys have. So for me, if you're saying, hey, I lost faith in Lamar, the faith is that, hey, I don't think that he can be better than everyone else in the league who have better situations around him. And it's an unfair thing to ask. It's unfair to ask him to overcome what he has to overcome in Baltimore to beat those guys who don't have those same obstacles.
All valid points. All great and valid points. But I can see where some are coming from. And listen, Lamar, has had a dearth of talent around him since he's been in Baltimore. 100%. But there are times in the playoffs where I think he just gets a little bit too hyped, a little bit too antsy, a little too nervous. Because there have been times, even though I want him to run less. There have been times he could have ran. Like they've showed the pocket. There's nobody around. And also I need Lamar to start taking and I know I know what you're gonna say, but I need Lamar to take these dump offs. And you're gonna say dump offs to who? But
not even just that, he dumped it off 8 times in this past game. Doesn't really do much.
Yeah, dearth. Dearth means lack of. He has a dearth of talent. And it's EARTH, I think. DEARTH. I think that's how you spell it. But it means lack of. He has a lack of talent around him. I will never blame Lamar because unlike these other quarterbacks, he's not given the talent, nor has he been given the coaching. If we look at it, like his coaches do not put him in a better situation. So this upcoming season, for me, the excuses are done. As far as everything goes, I need Lamar to say, I don't care about this coach. I don't care about that coach. When I get to the line of scrimmage, I'm going to command this team. I think going into his 7th year, this is the year that he just says, you know what? Whatever happens is going to happen. Win, lose, or draw. I'm putting everything on my shoulders because he has to unfortunately carry the burden of a franchise that has done him wrong since he's come into the NFL.
Yeah. Like Reg is a comment there.
Who would in the what?
Big Reg.
This one?
He says, I get that, but Lamar's roster was better than past this year. Now I'm saying I lost faith in his ability to be the number 1 quarterback in the league, but he's still better than the other 30 starters. You know, we all kind of went along with he has a better roster, right? But did he really?
Did he really?
Kansas City has a better O-line. Kansas City has a better running back. Kansas City has a better tight end. Now, Zay Flowers, I think, is better than Rashee Rice, but it's not a wide gap. It's certainly not a wide gap, right? You know, maybe they're better at wide receiver 2 to 4, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And their defense is just as good as Baltimore's defense. And the coaching staffs are miles apart.
Thanks.
So, I mean, and look, you can say that he played poorly. He had a bad game. But that goes to my point. Did anybody lose faith in Pat Mahomes? When they played in the Super Bowl against San Francisco, he had 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Right? They won the game. When they played in the Super Bowl against Tampa, he had 270 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, obviously, they got destroyed in that game. Against Cincinnati, they lost in the AFC Championship, 275, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But, you know, nobody's saying, hey, man, I'm losing faith in Pat Mahomes, right? Because when he's not playing his absolute best, the rest of the team steps up. And that's a thing that absolutely never happens in Baltimore.
True.
I mean, you can't tell me when Lamar's bounced a pass off a defender's face for a big gain, like Brock Purdy just did to Brandon Ayuk.
Right.
It doesn't happen in Baltimore. They need to improve the talent around him.
Okay. Coach is saying he here, but he know what the tape is telling him.
What's the tape telling you, Coach? The tape telling you his teammates suck. His tape telling you his teammates don't step up. You can't tell me that his tape is telling you something different than every other quarterback's tape in the league. Every quarterback has bad games. Every quarterback misses throws. Every quarterback misses reads. Every quarterback turns the ball over. Every other serious quarterback has players that help you overcome that.
All right. So then I guess that answers the next question as to why, as Lamar's teams outside of the Texans game a few weeks ago, they just can't seem to score. Come playoff time, they just cannot put up more than 17 points.
The coach is saying that his tape's telling him his decisions are suspect, essentially, right? And you're saying he can't put up more than 17 points. Now, again, but we're talking about the 2-time MVP, right? the 2-time MVP. So a guy who's proven more than once to be a top player in the league.
True.
Now, the question that I have is anyone anywhere saying, I've lost faith in Lamar if Zay Flowers holds onto the ball?
This is facts. Because if he holds on and they score a touchdown.
Of course you're not. You're saying he made the plays he needed to make to win the game. That's what you're saying. Because that's what we say about other quarterbacks who play poorly and win. Right? True. When Ben Roethlisberger played like absolute dog shit against Seattle in the Super Bowl, but they won, we didn't say, man, that Ben guy isn't very good. We said, man, he makes the plays he needs to make to win the game. The problem with that is, in order to make the plays that you need to make to win the game, your teammates have to step up and make the plays also. I mean, look, we're not looking at Eli Manning the same way if David Tyree doesn't jump up and catch that ball. Otherwise, it's just
even Ben Roethlisberger
throw, right?
Even Ben Roethlisberger. Who did he throw to in the corner? Was it Santonio or was it
Santonio?
The other Santonio? But it was an amazing throw, but it was an amazing catch. Mm-hmm. So without somebody on the other side, then I mean, to me, he holds fault. Like they all hold fault.
Don't do that, Coach. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. No, don't try and put words in our mouth. We said he didn't play well. But what I asked you is, if Zay holds onto that ball and dives into the end zone, are you sitting there saying you lost faith in Lamar? Is that what you're saying? If he ties that game at 17, I mean, they go into overtime, whatever happens. But are you saying you lost faith in Lamar if Zay holds onto that ball? Or if the ref throws the pass interference flag on that interception and it just doesn't happen, are we saying we lost faith in Lamar? If John Harbaugh or Todd Monken calls more run plays, are we saying we lost faith in Lamar? Is that what's going on?
All good points. Okay. I mean, this will be up for debate. Listen, we haven't even gotten into the offseason yet. So this is going to be a highly debated topic for some months, to me personally. I mean, I'm not saying between us.
Bill says yes if the tape don't change. So again, did you lose faith in Pat Mahomes when he played poorly in playoff games? When he turned the ball over multiple times, did you lose faith in Pat in the Super Bowl against Tampa, against Cincinnati? Every quarterback out there has bad tape.
Sure.
Every single one of them.
It's so to me, this is going to be a very telling offseason. What are they going to do as far as skill players around him? And, we've done a video on this, especially even just with the run game. Are the Ravens actually going to go out and get a real running back this time? Or are they going to go in and say, you know what? Sean Alexander's looking like he can still play a little bit. Let's go out and see if we can get that 27 touchdown running back that he once was. Or are they going to go out and actually get a stud? Like, this is the time to get Saquon. Listen, can you imagine Lamar with Saquon and Justin Jefferson? I know it can't happen.
It can.
It could happen, but not with this organization. Because this organization is we've said it before, this organization is so unserious about winning.
But and this is coach saying he never had the faith in Lamar. That's not his quarterback, right?
Wait, what?
And it's not his quarterback, so he didn't have faith in Mahomes. Sorry, and this goes to my point about Ravens fans. You have unrealistic expectations about Lamar and his performance.
Mm-hmm.
Very unrealistic expectations. Other teams don't expect their quarterbacks to do what Baltimore expects Lamar to do.
Right. Is this true? This is true. And Yolanda says, what's the point of getting Barkley if they won't use him? Because here's the thing for me personally. Even if we get into a similar situation next year with Saquon Barkley, it's going to be a little bit harder for John Harbaugh to step upon a podium and say, I don't know why we didn't run Saquon. It's a lot easier to say, well, it was a reason we didn't run Gus or Justice, because nobody thinks that they're anything to write home about in the first place. But when you have one of the top 5 running backs in the league and you don't run him, now your job is on the line. Now the owner's going to come out and be like, yeah, why did you not run Saquon Barkley? So just getting weapons on the offensive side is going to hold this coaching staff more accountable to me than it would by using nobodies. Because if you trot me out there on the field and then they say, Coach, why didn't you throw it to Hendo? And he's like, because it's Hendo. Like, I didn't expect him to make the catch. Y'all going to be like, yeah, I didn't expect Hendo to make the catch neither. But if you throw Justin Jefferson out there and the whole game plan is geared away from him, you're going to look at him sideways, and you're going to bring somebody in there that can get your playmakers the ball. So that's why I say get Saquon or whomever. That's a step up from what we have right now. Because right now, we only have Justice Hill on the roster. So, you know.
What are you trying to say, Brandon? Don't put all Ravens fans in the exact same Panthers fan?
I mean, I don't think that's what he's doing. But if you look at the history of it all, they mirror each other.
Brandon, I mean, maybe you weren't here, but people told us that Lamar needed to throw better, run more, and call better plays. I ain't never heard a Panthers fan say that about anybody. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't count guys that are right now injured. And I don't know if they're going to play next year. We don't know if Keaton Mitchell's going to be healthy enough to play next season. Because we saw what happened when JK came back. He came back, played a couple games, went right back out. I'm not putting all that pressure on a second-year undrafted free agent that played in a handful of games. Like, I don't count that. I need a real running back. I need somebody I can count on down in and down out. And we know we don't have that with Justice Hill. And I don't think that we have that with Keaton Mitchell right now. Could he become that one day? It's possible. But right after a serious knee injury, nope. First of all, B played in Europe.
That's right.
And he played for the national championship, University of Miami. Don't do that. You know what? For me personally, I don't know. I'm not really sold on Josh Jacobs. I mean, I would take him, but he's just, to me, not somebody that I'm just rushing out to pursue.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know he's a talented guy, but he did the Justin Madubuike thing, where he had that blow up year in his contract year. Right? He wasn't as impressive any other year of his career. Not to say that he can't play, but I would definitely prioritize Saquon over Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, and now people are starting to get on track and say, well, we need to get Derrick Henry and bring him in. No, we wanted Derrick Henry this season. I don't need him. I don't need him.
Josh Jacobs is not like Kenyon Drake.
Sorry. Oh no, we're not putting that. We're not putting not at all. But listen, we don't know what's going to happen with him. They didn't want to sign him to 10 mil, 11 mil a year.
Yeah, he's definitely leaving. I
don't think that they don't have faith in him because he for the most part had a decent career until he had the one blow up year, the year before last year, the season before this one, where he led the league in rushing. Outside of that, he was decent. And I think with him and the Raiders, it's just kind of like Lamar with the Ravens. They didn't believe in him, and they don't believe in him right now. So I don't think they're actually trying to give him the money. And with them devaluing the running back position, they're not in a rush to give a 27, 28-year-old running back a whole bunch of money.
Oh, and they drafted Zamir White already, in anticipation of not paying Josh Jacobs. But
yeah, your guy.
What you mean, my guy?
Your guy, Zamir White.
That is my guy. He came in the playoff game and he put in work.
He did put in work. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that either. Why they brought Dalvin Cook in and didn't run him one time. And it's crazy because I don't know if it was Baltimore Beatdown or it was Ravens Wire. One of those publications said they listed the top 3 disappointments for the season for the Ravens, and Dalvin Cook was number 2. And I said,
Ravens fans are special.
And I thought to myself, how? Did you play no games in a regular season and played a couple snaps in one playoff game? How is he one of the disappointments of the year? This is why I stopped reading certain Raven sites, because they just not serious about their jobs. They're Ryan Minking it. They're just saying anything to get people to be like, yeah, what? You're right. I get it.
Ryan Mink does his job. I don't know what you're talking about. He sowed all sorts of discontent in the Ravens fan base and disbelief in Lamar Jackson out there talking about he not as good as Dak Prescott. He did his job.
Okay, so I get that a lot of people think that. I get that a lot of people think that the NFL is rigged. I get that. But me personally, you can tell me to rig whatever you want. If I've been through all the scrutiny my whole career, and every day somebody else is talking about me, I'm not going to throw a game to get me to the Super Bowl. I don't care what you say. And yes, the Chiefs do have better coaching. You telling me if you had a choice between Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo versus John Harbaugh, Mike McDonald, you'll take John Harbaugh? There's a reason Andy Reid has Super Bowls. There's a reason Andy Reid has been to many Super Bowls. There's a reason John Harbaugh has only been to one. And he just made it to an AFC championship game after 11 years. There's a reason for that. So I don't understand what you can't get through your head about coaching staffs and players.
It's too stupid to respond to.
I know. But I just think it's funny because everybody's like, the best team in the league, the only way we could lose is if it was rigged. No.
Let me ask you this, Sal, though. Let me ask you, why do you watch?
That is a good question.
If it's rigged, why do you watch?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, listen, Chinwu. I don't even want to get into this one. But if Jordan Davis was available over Kyle Hamilton, they'd have drafted Jordan Davis. Because for some reason, y'all really believed in y'all head that defensive tackle had sack potential. And he does not.
The other one does, though.
He does. The WWE is fake, but you probably watch it. Facts. Listen, all I hear y'all talk about is wrestling every other day.
Wrestling is
every other day.
Wrestling is awesome.
I'm not saying it's not awesome, but people know that it's fake, and we've known that it's been fake for decades.
So, yes, be the change. People watch movies and TV shows. We know they're fake. I'm asking why you're watching something that's pretending to be real that people bet on, and if you think it's not real.
Oh, maybe I want another bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I won like $300.
No, you didn't. You lying.
Bet it.
What? What'd you bet on?
I don't even remember. I make bets and I don't check till, and it was a couple days ago. I bet on the Suns, but I think Durant, I forgot what the parlay was. And last night I logged in and was like, yo, I got $350 in here, $370 in here. Oh, snap, I won. I'm about to start my betting channel on the Discord.
Congratulations.
And then I took 100 of it and made some bets on the Super Bowl.
Lord.
Bruh, I took $10 and made it into 300.
No, that's great. That's great.
Well, Lamar finished the story. Well, listen, I'm glad that you said this, Jose, because the way that the script writers have it, if you go back 2011, Ravens lost horrible way in the AFC Championship. And the next season, they went on to win the Super Bowl. And guess what happened this year? They lost horribly in the AFC Championship. So next year, the script writers have it that Lamar is going to win a Super Bowl. You heard it right here first. Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl champions.
Rev says wrestling is awesome, although they just passed on Cody finishing the story again. Now we got to deal with Rock vs. Roman. Oh no, two of the best ever instead of Cody Rhodes.
That's right, Coach. I forgot that too.
Dang.
Super Bowl's in New Orleans again. And where do we win our Super Bowl at? New Orleans. Listen.
Wow.
Listen. So I'm gonna let y'all know a little secret right now. Y'all gonna have to donate to get us to the Super Bowl because we really, if the Ravens go to the Super Bowl in New Orleans next year, we really want to go. So this season coming up, y'all gonna have to pick the donations. I'm just saying.
Be the change. They gave up 17 points and 0 in the second half to that Chiefs offense. Right. So he is in fact a guru. They shut down the Detroit offense. They shut down the Miami offense. They shut down the San Francisco offense. So yes, he is in fact a guru.
He is a guru. He is. Yeah, and yes, Just Allo. And this also is going to play into us winning the Super Bowl next year because we have an extremely tough schedule. We have a first place schedule next season. So what's going to end up happening is the Ravens are not going to win a division next season. You heard it here first. They're going to be a wild card team. And when do the Ravens perform their best? When we're underdogs. We can't be favored and win games. I don't know why that is. But next season, we're going to be a wild card. People are going to doubt us, and we're going to come in and win the Super Bowl. You heard it here first.
I'm aware that Kelsey had 11 catches. You can't take absolutely everything away from a dynastic offense be the change. They scored 17 points.
What's going on, Crystal? Yes, definitely got to get that ring. I felt so bad for him. Like, I damn near wanted to cry. I saw him just tearing up on the bench, and it felt like somebody hurt one of my kids. It hurt me to my heart. But yes, we're going to be a wild card. We're going to be a wild card next season on the road, and this is how we're going to do things. This is how we do. Like, we do not, for some reason, we're favored. People pick us to win. We always lose. But when they doubt us, we come out swinging. It's like the Baltimore Ravens of Brodny. Don't pick against them.
What is wow. Okay. Oh, all right, sure. Would you like to bet on that?
Yeah. Would you like to bet on that, sir?
I'll bet you on that one.
We're not going. First of all, Coach, we can't ban Suge because he's just pure comedy. Just like he said in the last 4 or 5 Ravens games, they were going to go 2-3, and the Steelers were going 5-0. Just saying. Oh man, how did we remember B back in the day when I said, man, we did a lot in 47 minutes.
Yeah.
Now it's an hour. That's an hour and 11 minutes.
Terrible.
Are you doing a Super Bowl podcast next week? I mean, if the people want it, me and B will be here for the Super Bowl.
No, the hell we won't.
All right, if the people want it, I'll be here for the Super Bowl.
You're supposed to be doing a 24-hour stream with Suge.
Oh, well, then you know what? What time is the Super Bowl? Super Bowl runs from about, 6:30? 6:30 to like midnight, 11-ish. Mm-hmm. So if we start streaming around midnight, that's Sunday morning. Or 11:30, that's Saturday night, till about 11:30 Sunday night. That'll be our 24-hour stream.
There it is.
Is that okay?
First.
Whoa.
You heard it here first.
Whoa.
Should are you listening? Saturday, 11:30, which would be 8:30 Pacific, 24-hour stream. But everybody would have to be involved. It wouldn't be just he and I. What's going on, Osmond? Appreciate you. They all gonna be in the chat, man.
Did you get? I sent you a message, Osmond, to join the Discord. I don't know if you've received it, but I sent you an email.
Coach, they doing it all for 24 hours, man.
We talking about everything. It's not gonna be
killing
sports.
It, crushing it,
doing whatever. I mean, talking about life, talking about everything. But Suge wants to do a 24-hour stream, and I told him I would aid him in it. So we just, see, here we go. Here we go with the BS. This is BS. Now you're talking about with drunk Suge. And it ain't gonna be on my channel then. It'll just be on your channel. Oh. Okay.
All right, $29 donations all night.
Right. That's right. $29.99 for the whole entire night. Yeah, you know what? We can build up that Super Bowl money. We can get that Super Bowl money. Yes. All right, B. We've been here long enough. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us for the last hour and 14 minutes. I feel truly blessed by the love and support that I receive from all of you. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Get us on that YouTube algorithm so we can help this channel and all the other channels grow. Especially Lunch Break, especially Sip to Tally, especially Deep Cover, especially Suge Knight, LGR, the whole family. But B, let the people know what you got going on and where they can find you, sirs.
You can find me over on Lunch Break Hot Take every Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We do the LBHG show. I follow that up with the Overtime show for patrons. You can find me on Monday nights, except this Monday. So, except this Monday. Over on Sit to Tally Films for the Ravens Roundup with Hendo, with my brother Jose, with OTR Mike, with Chris Just Joking, and of course with Coach Evans. You can find us on Tuesday nights, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time over on Suge Knight 323. Myself, Hendo, and Suge do the Steel Conspiracy podcast.
No.
And again, I'm going to throw this out there. I will pay any one of you to redo the intro to that show and remove me from it. Moving on, we also do Ring Kings podcast. We're trying to do it It's not been super successful lately, but it is coming back. It is coming back.
Yeah, it is coming back.
That's about it.
Listen, Jose said he's going to be there tomorrow night. So, Brodny, you'll be there
well,
tomorrow.
Y'all have fun then, man.
All right. Appreciate y'all for dropping by. Also, make sure you check me out, like he said, tomorrow night, 9 p.m., Sip to Tally, Ravens Roundtable. Also, you can find me on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. live streaming with my man, Mr. Galloway, on Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway, talking all things hip-hop, especially the old school. We got some dope interviews coming up. We've already interviewed Jose and Brodny from Lunch Break Hot Take. We've interviewed Chris Just Joking. We've interviewed Coach Evans from Sip to Tally. We're trying to get a couple of other of the patrons and local artists that we know onto the show. So make sure you come check us out. Good time. Don't know what else I'll have going on this week because I'm just not really feeling it. Like this loss has really done something to me. I mean, I hope the Chiefs don't lose because I really hate the 49ers, and I will not be able to stand the whole offseason of, look, Brock Purdy. I will not like it. And that's
the thing. I feel bad because I don't even dislike Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy didn't do anything.
Facts.
I just hate the crowning.
Facts.
It's annoying. But as annoyed as I'll be by the wizard over there winning the Super Bowl, and as annoyed as I'll be by the Brock Purdy talk, I would love to see Christian McCaffrey win a ring. He deserves it. Don't be a hater, Hendo.
No. I was trying to think of something else to say, but I would love to see Christian McCaffrey get a ring. Excuse me. I'd love to see Trent Williams get a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Debo deserves it. Brandon Ayuk deserves it.
I think the best linebacking core in the NFL deserves it.
Baltimore already lost.
Yeah, I was talking about Warner and Greenlaw.
Gotcha. My bad.
But outside of them, I don't think that Kyle Shanahan deserves to win. He's a forever choke artist.
He is.
And I think he needs to choke away.
He's like Harfraud too. He's blown 2 Super Bowls already. I don't think he should have a chance at the third. But here he is. So you never know.
He is. Well, I know he's not. Who gave him the link?
What?
Facts. 2 All-Pros better than 1. But even though they deserve it, I still don't want to see San Francisco win the Super Bowl.
They don't deserve it. Detroit choked. Green Bay choked. It's all right, though. It is what it is. It's not about deserving.
Is he in his car? Oh, I thought he was laying down. I was like, nobody want to see Suge with his shirt off again.
What up, Suge?
No. I'm in the rain with your coworker.
No, what are you doing?
We're having a romantic evening in the car.
And of course, you came to the Rogue Pod.
He's gone.
Home of the romance.
He's not going to do my coworker like that. You better give her the time and attention that she needs, sir. You're not going to do that today. But listen, we really getting out of here because time is slipping and it's some basketball on that I really don't care about. But I'm going to watch it anyway. So appreciate y'all. We will see y'all Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday. No more? We're not doing another show?
I mean, I'm cool with that.
All right. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. Appreciate it.